welcome back to my channel. I know this is a few days early and we're not done with 2020 yet, and you'll see why I'm doing this now shortly, but with January around the corner, today we're going to talk about my most anticipated movies of the month. Before we begin, let me know in the comments which movies in January you're looking forward to seeing. Also, make sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoy these videos, because it helps me out immensely if you do that. Plus, if you're new here and you like movies, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with reviews of the movies on this list and more. Something to keep in mind, as always, this will be in order of release date and will not be ranked by how much I'm anticipating each movie. This is also not a comprehensive list of everything coming out this month, and there will be movies released that aren't on this list that I'll still review. These are just the ones highest on my radar. Now, normally for this segment, I do 10 movies. For December, I actually did 15, but considering January is usually slim pickings as far as new releases, this is just going to be 5 movies. There's really not much to choose from here, especially with the pandemic still going on. And with things still in flux in terms of scheduling, who knows if things are going to get moved at the last second, or if things will get added at the last second, or what. Not entirely sure as of now, but we'll see. We'll have to just play it by ear. But let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. Kicking things off is Shadow in the Cloud. This stars Chloe Grace Moretz as a World War II pilot with top secret cargo that talks her way onto a bomber plane, and discussions about her identity arise when a shadow appears in the clouds that may be something secretly sinister. This is written and directed by Roseanne Lang, with this being her second feature film, and it premiered at TIFF in September, where it was pretty well received. It looks to be an interesting mix, blending elements of war movies with horror films. It doesn't appear to be a movie that wants you to take it too seriously. The trailer gives off the impression it'll have this pulpy vibe to it, and there's definitely an emphasis on big, explosive effects. I think it'll lean more into its action side than its horror side, but I'm intrigued as to how the film plans on balancing the two out. Plus, you have Chloe Grace Moretz in the lead, who really appears like she's giving it her all, as she usually does, so I think it'll be a nice way to kick off 2021. We'll need it. It'll be out on VOD New Year's Day. The Dig stars Carey Mulligan as Edith Pretty, a landowner whose property is discovered to be the burial site of the Sutton Hoo, in an excavation led by archaeologist Basil Brown, played by Ralph Fiennes. Directed by Simon Stone in his second feature film, I will admit, of all 5 movies I'm discussing here, this is the one I'm looking forward to the least. Given the way the Oscar rules work for 2021, movies that are released in January and February do qualify, so I don't know if this is looking to make an Oscar play, but it does look a bit like Oscar bait. There's a very sentimental tone to the trailer, and it's trying to feel overly inspirational, so I'm proceeding with caution on this one. But Simon Stone's last film, The Daughter, which I haven't seen, did receive positive reviews, plus you have Carey Mulligan coming off an excellent performance in Promising Young Woman, alongside the always reliable Ralph Fiennes, so I think this will be alright for what it is. It gets a limited theatrical release on the 15th, followed by a Netflix release on the 29th. Our Friend stars Jason Segel as Dane, who moves in with his best friends Matthew and Nicole, played by Casey Affleck and Dakota Johnson, to help them out as they're faced with Nicole's impending death. Based on the true story, which was chronicled in an Esquire article, this is directed by Gabriella Cowperthwaite, who also directed Megan Levy, which I actually missed, though I heard it's a really overlooked movie. And this premiered at TIFF in 2019 and received a fair amount of positive reviews. From what the trailer has shown us, it appears to be really sweet and sentimental, and I'm sure it's going to do what it can to pull on our heartstrings. It looks like it's going to hit some familiar beats, though I do understand it's also a true story, so I get it if it does have to follow a certain formula, if that's simply how things played out. It's definitely something that will rely more on the performances, and I do think Dakota Johnson especially will be great, as I've been enjoying some of her more recent films, and it will be nice to see Jason Segel in something again, as it has been a while. This will be released in both theaters and on VOD on the 22nd. The White Tiger tells the story of a poor Indian driver who must use his wit and cunning to break free from servitude to his rich masters and rise to the top of the heap. This is based on the critically acclaimed 2008 novel of the same name and is written and directed by Ramin Bahrani, whose films have been mostly well received in the independent film scene, with one that I particularly liked being 99 Homes from 2014. And this is a look at the India class struggle told as a darkly humorous crime drama, and I do love a well-made dark comedy. There's definitely a fast-paced feel to it, and given Bahrani's track record of solid filmmaking, I'm hoping the social commentary he's looking to provide will be well done, but we shall see. It's out on Netflix on the 22nd. And finally, we have The Little Things, which stars Denzel Washington as a deputy sheriff named Deke, who teams up with a detective named Baxter, played by Rami Malek, to track down a serial killer. And as Deke's tendency to pick up on the little things proves to be accurate, it puts Baxter in an unfortunate dilemma as troubling elements of Deke's past arise. This is an original story written and directed by John Lee Hancock, who also gave us films such as The Blind Side, The Founder, and my favorite of his, Saving Mr. Banks. And this time around, he steps away from straightforward drama territory and steps more into thriller territory. Hancock isn't exactly exactly a consistent director. I found his last film, The Highwaymen, to be decent, but nothing too memorable. But he does know how to speak to a pretty wide audience, so I think this will have some sort of appeal, especially for the fact that it is a rare big studio film that's completely original. Plus, with Washington and Malick, two very likable and charismatic stars leading this, I'm sure this will be a fairly engaging experience. This gets a 1-month release on HBO Max while also releasing in theaters on the 29th. And that's what we have to look forward to. It's nice that I have a total overload of things to check out, especially as I'm sure people will be catching up with some of the big potential awards contenders. It's also worth noting that this also sees the release of 2 movies that are technically 2020 releases, but are only playing in select theaters in 2020 and will have their wider releases on streaming in January. And that's Pieces of a Woman coming to Netflix on the 7th, along with One Night in Miami, which is coming to Amazon Prime on the 15th, both of which I covered in December's video. So look forward to those, and I'll have reviews for them and much more coming soon. So let me know, which movies are you looking forward to in January? Was it anything I listed here? Anything I left off? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll catch you next time.